I'm looking at the most famous town in Galilee in the Bible, and that's Nazareth. The first miracle that Jesus did is behind me in Cana. But the site I'm standing on is actually the one that for most Jews would have been the most noticeable and the most important and influential to deal with, and that is Sepphoris. If you look in your Bible, you're not going to find Sepphoris because it's not mentioned. However, this became the capital city under Herod Antipas, and it was developed with a plan, a roadmap, just like any Greco-Roman city would be, to eventually have a theater, which is down below us, 4,500 seat theater. There is evidence here of a mixed population of both Jews and Romans living together. And of course, this raises the question of how Hellenized can you be and still be an observant Jew? But we're going to find ritual baths here. We're going to find dwellings that don't have pig bones. And those are two primary indicators that you have Jewish people living here. Now, of course, in Nazareth, you have people that are living in a completely Jewish community, and it's from that little hamlet, just like Cana, that little hamlet gives rise to the Messiah of Israel. And of course, many people will be surprised that any good prophet can come from Galilee, because really only Jonah is one who hails from this part of the countryside. But interestingly, archaeology has continued to reinforce a new paradigm for understanding Galilee, not as a secular area, not as a completely Hellenized area, and not as a kind of cultural backwater. But in fact, up in the Galilee, there's an awful lot of evidence for very strict observance in Judaism, and that really, in contrast to Jerusalem, where the Sadducees and the priesthood were in many cases compromising with Roman leadership, as we see in the Gospels, this was the place where you might expect a higher degree of piety.